And here we go. Both teams squaring off to get things going. Here at the center court, we're going to have Marquez O'Neill going up against Trevor Andrews in the tip-off here. Starters for the Logan Wildcats, number 32, Steve Browning. Number 13, Paul Williamson, returning All-State and potentially D1 prospect. Senior Gary Miller, senior Deontay Coleman. And the tip-off goes to the Wildcats, and here we go. Steve Browning, right-hand corner. He's going to dribble up to the top of the key, work the way over to Deontay Coleman. Coleman's going to get the instruction from Coach Mark Hatcher. So Deontay, almost right off the bat, going up to Trevor Andrews. Couldn't finish with the alley-oop.
No, they like his athleticism, Tony, jumping around the rim.
And down there, talking about athleticism, Marquez O'Neill with a nice finish right off the bat. 7:25 in remaining, 2-0. Wheeling Park Patriots 5-2 in their early goings. Paul Williamson now to work off the screen from Trevor Andrews. Get over top to Stevie Browning. Cole giving it up to Williamson. Going to go in, go up. Couldn't get it to fall, but Marquez O'Neill's going to come up with the rebound. Jump ball situation. Paul Williamson getting that position here to go back over Wheeling Park as it this time goes back over to Logan, I should say, as this time it will go to Wheeling Park.
Yeah, you like that hustle out of Paul too, Tony. Right out of the gate, sticking his hand in there, making something happen.
Now Marquez O'Neill goes over to a give and go to number 12, Rondell Bell. Coleman's going to go to the lane. He's going to be swatted from behind there by number 12, Bell. Gary Miller gets it, goes out to Deontay Coleman. 3, no good. Rebound. Going to go to number 3, Aaron Baines.
Nice pass.
Aaron Baines.
Here they comes, storming out of the gate, Wheeling Park. Logan's going to try to put something together on the offensive end.
We're going to have a turnover here now, 6-0, early deficit for the Wildcats. They've had a couple good looks, just a couple go in and out.
Yeah, I mean, you expect them to normally fall at home, Tony, but not here in the early going.
And that's why they play 4 quarters. And here we go, 6:06 and counting here in the first quarter. Number 33, Boothon, excuse me. Over to Ern Baines. Gave it over to Bub Goodwin, but Goodwin can't hang on with it as it's knocked out of his hands and off the Z out of bounds. It'll go to Logan, 5:53 and counting in the first quarter. The score remains 6-0 in favor of the Patriots of Wheeling Park. Or as the uniforms would say, the park.
Yeah, I've seen that on there. I like it, Tony.
Steve Browning connecting on the 3. It's not a bad way to get the scoring started for your team.
Now you got the crowd back in too. One shot, Tony.
Gary Miller. Gary Miller there. Nice defense on the entry pass. And Marquez O'Neill not able to hang on to it as he steps on the baseline. And he'll go right back here to Logan. Deontay Coleman crossing the half-court line. He's going to go over here to the near side of the court. Give it over top to 32 Browning. Now over to 13 Williamson. Missed a cutting Coleman. He's going to go to the hoop. Try to draw some contact, but not enough to get the foul. And here on the other end, Deontay Coleman swatting away. Go-a-thon. Now back here, a quick 3 put back up by Baines. No good. Williamson tries to get it up court, but it's stolen away. The number 23, Bub Goodwin, and he goes up with it and connects for his first basket.
Well, I'm talking about, Tony. Let's get out and run. How about it?
I'll tell you what, that's for a little excitement, don't it?
Yeah, man.
Deontay Coleman crossing the half-court line. He'll go to the left side this time. Now we're to Gary Miller. Back to Coleman. Entry pass. Try to get down low to Andrews, but swatted away by Lathon. Now in the corner to number 12, Bell. Top the key back to Baines. Lathon. Now Bub Goodwin. Back over to Lathon. He'll fire the three. No good. Rebound's going to go offensively to Vondell Bell. Shot up. No good by number 3, Baines. Here we go now the other way. Paul Williamson going on the right-hand side. He's going to fire up a three. That's good. We had the perfect angle on that one. And you just felt that was going in. They had the perfect projection and everything. And 8-6 is now your score. All 6 points coming off 2 3-pointers for the Wildcats. One by junior Steve Browning and one by the All-Stater Paul Williamson.
Yeah, I'd say he shot that a few times in practice, Tony. To somebody in his face and found his spot on the floor and was good.
They have him on ESPN.com as a very lethal spot-up shooter. And speaking of spot-up shot, number 32, Marquez.
Yeah. This Park team, Tony, I think they're more athletic than Brook Point at first glance. You know, we thought that was probably one of the more.
This one could be interesting. Now it's 11-9, 3-13 and counting, and now we have another three fired up by Wheeling Park. Offensive bound. He's going to go over the back there, and the foul's going to go to number 33, Boo Lathon. We got Bub and Boo. Bub and Bo. That's right. Sorry if I said Boo. I did say it a lot. It is Bo. The coach even, Coach Jabaya even told me that one.
Sorry, Tony. Once again, we only had about another 11 minutes to get
I
ready
came
for these
straight
games.
off the clock from work. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Jeff Williamson, for saving that spot. Yes. Paul Williamson down here on the other end. 11-9 is still your score. Under 3 minutes to go. He's going to go to the lane. Get it out to Deontay Coleman. Back to Paul. Guarded by Baines. And Paul's going to lose the ball out of bounds. And it's going to go right back to the Park.
Paul was pleading right there. He felt like, it hit a Park defender.
He's not his kid. Why not? He said so.
Yeah, let him call it. We know these kids wouldn't lie, Tony, ever call like that.
Never. And Gary Miller steals the inbounds pass there to try to get it down to O'Neal. Now Paul Williams is going to push the ball up the floor for Williams, for Logan. He fires up a three, back rim, no good. The rebound's going to go to number 23, Goodwin. Goodwin's going to push the ball up the floor. And Lathon. Now over to number 2, Emil Popic. Emil Popic. Three, no good by Baines. Rebound by Gary Miller. He's going to throw it off of Baines. Nice heads-up play by Miller, the senior.
I tell you, man, Gary's been everywhere, hasn't he? He's that type of player, Tony. I don't know if he's going to score 20 points ever, but, he might. But the little intangibles for Mark Hatcher's Wildcats, he does.
He's that role player that embraces his role and plays his role very well, and that's one of the reasons why they won the state championship last year.
Big old physical guy, man.
Yep. Talk about physical battle. Look underneath between Bo Lathon and Trevor Andrews, this foreign exchange student out of Canada. They were going at it and are fighting for position, which we like to see. Deontay Coleman had the right idea, but couldn't get the angle to use the backboard, and it goes off the back rim, no good. Now Park's going to push the ball up the floor. Number 23 is going to take the shot. Goodwin. Rebound by Miller. And what do you know? We're calling his name again, not on the offensive scoring end. As Paul Williams going to yell Steve Browning open for three. It's good. His second one of the game. And Logan's first lead with 1:05 remaining in the first quarter, 12-11.
Yeah, you can't let him set his feet, Tony. Not at home like that.
Popic is going to, Coleman kicked the ball. But Popic, he got lucky there. He was smiling. Yeah. He knows he got away from a Deontay Coleman fast break, and we all know what he can do on it. The other end.
He's got quite an explosion to him, Tony.
We're still waiting on our first dunk here on WV Sportsnet.
We could see it tonight, man. He's an athletic guy.
They tried right off the bat. Popic for three, no good. But the rebound, both Browning and Miller had their hands on it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Now going to the lane is Goodwin, and nice up and under by the guard. Giving the lead right back to Wheeling Park, 13-12. And we're at 23 seconds and counting, so expect the last shot here from Logan. Paul Williamson over to Browning. Steve Browning. Now to the right-hand side to Coleman. Coleman. Now gives it over to Browning. They're trying to keep that right side of the floor open. They have other three guys sunk on their side to open things up, some lanes maybe, and Paul Williams going to go to the lane, no good. But Trevor Andrews is going to go up with the putback, try to draw a little contact, maybe in a little bit there, but not enough to initiate the foul as the time was expiring. It's hard to get a foul on that last play of any quarter. But it's still, at the end of the first quarter, we have a barn burner so far, 13-12. The Park up by 1 here on WVSportsNet.com.
Your sports voice of the Valley.